It's a little chill getting in, but it's not
Hmm.
bad. Like it's not a real deep pool. It's only like a 5 foot pool,
Oh,
so
nice.
it's huge. So the deep end, there's no like real cold water like in a deep end. So
Oh,
it
that's
warms up.
nice.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
nice.
I could
Yeah.
definitely use those water socks walking up to my deck because yeah, I almost put you put the sometimes get out of the shower and I'll put my Crocs on and it becomes a death trap.
Yeah, it's a death trap
I
with them.
actually cut myself one time. I love you, Crocs. I would never sue you. Just want you to know,
Never,
like,
never.
never. No matter, even if you amputated my foot somehow, I'd still wear it on my hand. I would wear it on my hand instead.
Yes.
So I slipped in. The little buttons on the side with the little alligator or the crocodile on them.
Yeah, yeah.
I somehow stabbed my foot on that, and I cut my foot wide open when my
Wow.
foot slipped out of the shoe one time.
Oh no.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
no,
all
you got to
right.
watch out.
We don't care. We're fine.
We don't care.
We're
Yeah, because look,
fine.
I'll wear them on my hands. I will wear them on my hands. If they made gloves, I would wear Croc gloves. I'm just
Oh my
saying.
God, I know it. Like, did you see those stupid Croc high heels? Like, I mean, the platforms.
They're so stupid, but
And-
I mean, if I was a real girl, I would wear them
Well,
probably.
let's consider it because we love Crocs
Yeah.
so much. We would consider
Yeah, but
that.
we would break ankles doing that.
I
But
know,
like,
we
if,
would.
maybe after we have our bariatrics, we will.
Yeah, then we might be able
yeah.
to wear those. But right
I'm not
now,
sure. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure. And you know how the Crocs are spongy? Like, we
Yeah.
would just sink right down.
Right.
Oh my God, it'd be
Yeah.
like a spring, like a slingshot.
Yeah. Bing! Yeah. We could probably go up into orbit.
We can't go into orbit in the Crocs.
Hey, there's a satellite. Oh, boom.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
so yeah, you know what? I swear, our first, like, if we ever need to have some advertising, I'm going for Croc.
Crocs should sponsor
Croc should
us.
sponsor
Really?
us. They really should. But
Yes.
so that happened. I went there.
So
I met up with.
what else do you guys do? Whatever.
Well, I
what
ended
else
up
happened?
meeting up with one of our instigators, Margaret, who lives only 40 minutes from there. So her and her husband.
I forgot she's down there.
Yeah, so her and her husband came. We had dinner. We went to play. Well, we played miniature golf. And then
fun.
we went to an open mic in Daytona. So we were like a little bit outside of where all the action is. We were probably
right.
only like up 2 miles down the road. But
Right.
the Daytona Beach part is a little scary. It's a little,
yeah.
That's a
It's
little
not-
scary. It's a little.
Yeah, you don't want to. Right.
I
You
see
wanna be right
math.
in the-
I see math. A lot of homeless. A lot of people passed out on the sidewalks.
It's not one of the beaches are beautiful, but it's not one of the city part is not good.
Like just that strip where the Daytona Beach. You know what I mean? That little area. It's a little scary. So it turns out where we were doing open mic was over there. So I brought Margaret and her husband into open mic at this dive bar. Amy, the bar stool was made from PCP pipe. So I have a picture of Margaret in her fancy, like it wasn't even Ollie, okay? Like it was the real deal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can't. You know what? She's in London right now. When she gets back, me and you have to record with her because you've got to get her version. I want to hear about
her reaction to this.
So I don't want to talk too much about that. You guys stay tuned.
Did you Google this or did you even you'll do anything for an open mic, even go to
I gotta
a
be
crack
honest.
den. You will go to a crack den.
No, listen.
Inside a crack den. If it says open mic on a cardboard sign with spray paint, Cindy's up in there. She doesn't research. She's like, hey, it's open mic. That's You would just walk in and you would. Yeah. You would walk into the biggest
but
crack
it was
den.
fine. I have been talking to a couple people that I knew down there, and they all said this is the best mic for this night. It's tough to find an open mic on a Friday and Saturday night, you know? But there was a little showcase right before the mic. He threw me on the showcase. Margaret and her husband got to see me.
You performed.
Okay, yeah, I did. I did 7 minutes. And that was it. But, Margaret will fill you in more when she comes home on... because her take on it is obviously 10 times more amusing than mine. Because honestly,
can't wait to hear it.
I'm used to being in those bars. For me, it's not a big deal, but other
but down there, crack den in Florida is different than crack den in Rochester. It's a little bit different.
Well,
it's two different. Yeah. Dive bar down there is different than dive bar up here. So how did your material go over in Daytona?
I mean, it was okay. It was tough because I was like doing my quicks. I did a 7, and I felt like a couple of my openers are very Rochester related jokes. So to change them to be for Florida is a little, it's tough. You know, when I do my joke about Wegmans, they don't have a Wegmans, obviously. So that's tough. I do my joke.
I was down at the Piggly Wiggly.
And, I say Publix. Publix is their bigger stores, but it just doesn't have the power of like a Wegmans joke. And I do a joke about our garbage plate, so obviously that one isn't, But I mean, I did comedy to like a bunch of other comedians, so it was okay.
You had a good time.
Yeah,
all right.
It wasn't my best set, but also, it was hard for me to get their comedy. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like the host was doing a lot of jokes, and a lot of it's about Florida stuff, and they do a lot of meth jokes because clearly meth is the drug of choice down there. We don't have, you know what I mean?
We don't have good meth up here.
We don't. There's meth. It's crack. It's crack up here. So they were doing a lot. Then every joke the host would be doing, he'd be like, "Let me explain this to you," because he knew I wasn't from there. But the guy that hosted it was, oh my God, I loved him. He was so funny, Amy, and he reminded me of that movie with Seth Rogen. Is that his name? The stoner guy?
Yeah.
Sounded just like him, and his material was he was very funny, dude. So that was a good time. Then so that was my Florida trip. Before we start the second half, we get into our news. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. I had no idea it was Binghamton Pride on Saturday.
Oh,
That's how bad of a gay. My gay card's gone again. I went down to drive Uber, and I'm like, geez, there's a lot of drag queens out tonight. I thought maybe there was a show. Didn't even occur to me that maybe, this is the worst part, Cindy. It didn't even occur to me that maybe it was Binghamton Pride. And they have more now than they ever did. Like, and they have a Pride Coalition, and they do more. And I'm picking people up, and I realized there was way more gays than usual. I go, is it Pride today? They're like, yes, hello. And I'm
shoot, okay. So where is Binghamton Pride? Right, do they do a little parade? What do they do?
There's not really a parade. It's not like, we're not big enough here to have like a full parade, but they do several drag shows. And this was the gossip that I got from our Pride.
Yeah.
They brought in a Gaga. I don't know her name, so we're not slandering here. They did bring in a big queen from New York City.
Nice.
Big name queen who's a Gaga impersonator. This little drag queen, Peaches, she's new. Mm-hmm. She's in my car, and she's really cute, and she's like, they brought in a Gaga, but she was a real B-word. She was a real I guess she had a big attitude towards all the other queens, like they didn't belong anywhere near her, and blah blah blah. And I go, girl, but did she look like Gaga? Answer me one question. Did she look like Gaga? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, well,
no. All right.
I could see if they brought her in and she wasn't any good, but she was good.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess she sings live. She sings the song. She doesn't lip sing.
Nice.
She
sings too.
But she was awful. Her personality was awful behind the scenes to all these other little baby, Binghamton baby queens. So
the baby queens were not down for that
they were,
big city attitude.
Yeah, but come on, you're not that famous. You're not like Lady Gaga herself would have been nicer to these little kids.
Yeah, right?
Lady Gaga's a sweetheart. Like, she would have been hugging them all and autographs, like selfies, I'm sure. And there's this nasty queen pretending to be Gaga being mean to all these little kids. I'm like, that's not really in the spirit of Pride. Like, that's not very nice, So I was sad to hear that. But yeah, I missed the whole thing. So that was that.
Oh boy. Well,
thing.
Our Pride, I think Buffalo's might have just recently happened. And our Pride isn't until near the end of July.
Yeah, I know. Maybe
so we're going to do the parade.
We do a booth?
You want to do another booth again?
I don't know.
I don't know if I have the strength. Oh, I see. Yeah, we'll talk about that, but we're going to be in the parade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we're going to be in the parade for rhinos this year.
You're going to go do through rhinos.
Yeah, okay, we do every other year we do the parade. But,
yeah, you'll be... Are you going to sell pickle pizzas at the place?
No. We're just going to hang out. Just going to hang out and party. So maybe you should, if you come home for the weekend, we can hang out up there at Cobbs Hill.
We'll see.
We'll think about other things.
But as one of the memes that you posted on our couple of instigators our Facebook page, it's hot outside and I'm fat, so don't invite us to outside events. Don't invite me to outside events. It's hot and we're fat.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
I might make an exception for that.
Yeah,
weather permitting, of course. If it's 100 degrees, guess what? I'm not coming.
Well, you know what I do if it's obviously that hot. I mean, last time we were under a tent for Pride, but I sit my chair up there in those trees. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
I bring my foldable chair and I plop myself right down. But you know what? Let me do some investigation.
We'll see. We'll talk about it.
Anyway.
So maybe we'll see you guys at Pride. We'll see.
Yeah. So did you, I know you've been working a lot, right? A lot of events going on with the Uber or Lyft.
Yeah, we're getting towards the end of the major stuff, so I'm going to have to start getting creative about when I go driving now. But yes, I did Cornell commencement, and all the happy moms and dads and grandmas and uncles and sisters and brothers and cousins and whatever.
Yeah.
All come to see this Ivy League kids graduate, and it's a huge to-do every single year. They're spending thousands.
Oh, I'm
to
sure.
Be there. And I met this poor mother who works abroad, like, frequently, and she was so stressed out trying to get to this thing. Like, all these other parents had made all these arrangements, like, a year in advance. You know, these people spend, it's like, for the hotels, Cindy, in Ithaca, they're not even nice hotels. They're like your budget crappy inn, you know, like whatever, you know, they're paying like $1,500 for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And this like a crappy room, you know, I won't say any of the chain names.
Right.
But they're not the good ones. Let's put it that way. The good ones run even more. They're paying $1,500. She could only make it in for the last day of the event. She flew from Amsterdam all the way in to see her kid. She had already missed part of one of the ceremonies, and she was rushing to go meet her at dinner, and this poor mom was feeling like this big failure. So she had to fly all the way from Amsterdam to get there, and she couldn't make arrangements in advance. She got a hotel room for one night. For one night, they charged her $600.
Wow!
At the worst hotel in town. It really is the worst hotel in town. And then she could only stay the one day, and she did all this, you know, for her kid to come see this kid graduate. And I hope she's really appreciative of what you're doing here. I mean, like, you know, it sounds like you have a tough schedule. She's like, yeah, well, we'll see. I don't think the daughter was real thrilled that her mom missed. It was nuts. Yeah.
But listen, we've hit our halfway point, you guys, so we will be back. We may get to the news. We may not. We don't know. We'll be back. All right. Welcome back to Couple of Instigators.
Yes, welcome back, friends.
Welcome back, friends. So, Amy is just threw her dinner in the oven.
Yes.
2 hours.
I'm a big hero.
2 hours.
Well, let me tell you, Cindy, I have got to start doing better, okay? Like, I'm not doing good with my eating, but I figured veggie lasagna has to be better than... regular. Right. So I got it, but if it's frozen, so I guess it takes 2 hours.
2 hours to cook.
We'll be able to have this for a couple nights. It's a big one.
Yeah.
So.